Okay, welcome to a tutorial series on how to use Blender. So to get into Blender, you want to open it, click on General, and now you have everything to move around. You can use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. You can click the scroll wheel to rotate, and hold Shift and the scroll wheel to move horizontally and whatnot. So say you don't want this cube, you can click X to delete it. You can press Shift A to add in a mesh. And here, just ignore all of this down here. You'll only see this. So you want to add in a monkey, okay? And now what you can do is you can, if you don't want to see all of these polygons, you want it to be smooth, you can right click and shade smooth. Okay, now if you want to go to the render view, you could go up to here to viewport shading mode. It might take some time, and you're into viewport shading mode. Now let's go over this tab over here. Here we have the render properties, and you can turn on all these, but I'll go into that in a later video. Here we have the output properties, where you can change the dimensions of the video, what format the video is once you render it. Here we have the view layer properties, which have some render passes. Here we have the scene properties, where we can play around with the units, the gravity, and the rigid body world. Here we have the world properties, where you can play around the color of the world. You can change it to pure white or just pure black. And we can play around with the strength, which won't work if you're using black. You play around the strength like that. Now here we have the collection properties. We have the object properties, where we can move things around. We have the location. This is the X, this is the Y, and this is the Z. This is the rotation X, the rotation Y, and the rotation Z. Here we have the scale X, the scale Y, and the scale Z. Here we have the modifiers. I'll go into that in a later video. We have particle systems. We have physics. We have object constraints. We have object data properties. We have materials. Here you could change the color of the object. And here we have texture properties. And say you want to edit this Suzanne head. What you can do is click Tab to go into edit mode. You can select one of these points, which are called vertices. Click one of them, and then you can hold G to move them around. And you could do this to model mountains, volcanoes, and stuff like that. And this was the first tutorial on how to use Blender's interface.